civil war not too far away in their minds, and a real concern that this feels too much like what were riots in past decades in Sri Lanka, and could escalate into something like what the civil war was like. And I think Sri Lankans have endured enough, so there's real concern for that.
And what have families been telling you about their loved ones over there?
So there are many Sri Lankans with families in Colombo, of course, and in Negombo, where there was the majority of blast occurred there. Batticaloa is a highly Tamil population, and many people, I think, are trying their best to contact family members who would have been around at that time. I think people were concerned about the blast that continued to occur later on yesterday, and although curfew was enforced, there was a real fear, particularly in Colombo. Are we even safe where we are now? Will there be more blasts to come?
There are reports that there was some prior warning to these attacks.
Yeah.
What concerns do you have about that?
Yeah, that's really worrying news to know that government officials had some forewarning of the attacks that were to take place, it seems, about 10 days earlier. I hope that the government officials have learnt that it's not okay to be blasé about any forewarnings about presumably terrorist attacks, and that safety matters more than causing alarm in the community.
The Sri Lankan Prime Minister has said that he's concerned that these attacks will bring a return to instability. Do you share those concerns?
I do share those concerns. It feels like this is an escalation of violence and fear based not on ethnic differences but on religious differences, and a desire for Sri Lanka to be homogenous in religion as well. Sri Lanka is a real melting pot for religion. I'd say all the major faiths are contained in Sri Lanka. And one of the interesting things about the Christian denomination in Sri Lanka is that it encompasses both all Tamils, Sinhalese, Burghers, many ethnicities are Christian in Sri Lanka. So it doesn't seem like an ethnically based attack. That's really concerning. I think for me, an attack on any religious institution is something to be sorrowful about, whether it is a mosque or a temple or a church. But to particularly target churches on Easter Sunday, which is our big celebration, our big festival that celebrates love and life and joy and hope, for churches to be attacked on that day is really concerning and really devastating, I think, for Christians who would have otherwise have been so joyful on this day. So yes, I am concerned about this increasing instability in the region, and I hope that Sri Lanka will come together and say we have endured enough and we are stronger together than apart.
Okay, Reverend Radhika Sukumar-White, thanks very much for your time. And as community members in Australia absorb this news, there will be plans for vigils probably later this week.